Hello, and thank you for your interest in participating in the Goal Setting Strategies study by the GT Park Lab. This orientation video will give you an overview of the study that you're about to participate in, how to install the MetricWire app in order to begin the study, and information needed to get your maximal amount of SONA credit for the study. The goal of the study is to determine which strategies best allow people to achieve their goals that they set for themselves over time. In order to do so, we'll be using an experience sampling methodology, or ESM. What this method means is that you'll be inputting your goals that you've set for yourself throughout the study, and we'll be monitoring your progress on them over time. To do so, we'll be using a free app for your smartphone called MetricWire. You'll be using this app exclusively for the study, and you will not need to come into the lab at any point. The entire study will take place over your smartphone. You'll be using this app for your daily surveys, and it will send you prompts when you have surveys to complete. This app is only accessible via your smartphone, so you do need an Apple iPhone or an Android smartphone to participate. Finally, this app is completely free and can be found in your phone's App Store. To get MetricWire, the first step is you need to find and download the app. To do so, go to your phone's App Store and search for MetricWire as shown. Once you've found it, download it for free, and then you'll be taken to the home page. Here you'll see two options, to register or to log in. On subsequent times, you'll log in from this page, but for the first initial time, you'll want to click register in order to create your MetricWire account. Once you click register, you'll be asked to input your first name, last name, email, and password. Though your Georgia Tech email is not required, it is recommended. If you do not want to use your Georgia Tech email, make sure you use an email that you check regularly and have easy access to. Once you input your first and last name, email, and password, click sign up and you will have a MetricWire account. At this point, you'll see that you're not enrolled in any studies, and consequently, you'll need to email the GT Park Lab at this point in order to be enrolled formally in the study. You can email a researcher at gtparkresearch@gmail.com as shown on the slide. It is very important that you email as soon as you've created your account in order for us to start you in the study. Once you've emailed us, we will email you within 1 day to get you enrolled in the study. At that point, once you've received an email saying that you've been enrolled, you can go and click on My Studies in MetricWire, and you will see that you have a new study that you can participate in, the Strategies for Goal Progress. Click on the icon, and that will take you to a page where you're able to join the study. Once you've clicked Join Study, you'll see your first survey to complete immediately. It's called the Initial Survey. Please complete it right away. After completing the initial survey, the rest of the study will go on for a period of 21 days. Each day, you'll complete 3 surveys every day. Each survey should take you approximately 3 to 4 minutes to complete, so about 10 minutes of participation each day. In order to make sure you get every survey and get the maximum amount of SONA credit possible, you're going to want to enable notifications so you don't miss a survey. To do so, go to the Settings area of MetricWire and click the Open Settings under the Preferences. From here, it'll take you to your smartphone's main settings where you can see the Notifications aspect for MetricWire. Click on Notifications here, and then Allow Notifications. After doing so, whenever you have a survey that's available from MetricWire, you'll see a prompt on your phone similar to a text message that will allow you then to create and access these surveys that are available and to input your answers. It is very important that you enable these notifications, as some surveys are only available for limited amounts of time, and failure to complete them within the time period will make the survey not available anymore. The overview of the study will take place over 3 weeks. The first week will be a goal progress assessment, where you'll input goals and then input your progress on those goals each day. During the second week, you'll be introduced to a goal-setting strategy designed to help you with your progress. We will then also be monitoring your progress on your goals during this week as well. Finally, during the third week, we will be assessing your progress once again to see how your progress is continuing on your goals. During the study, you'll have 4 different kinds of surveys that you'll be completing: an initial survey, 2 daily goal surveys, nightly progress surveys, and an exit survey. The initial survey is at the very beginning of the study and takes about 10 minutes to complete. In this, you'll be doing basic personality, demographics, and well-being questions. Though this survey does not expire, it is crucial that you complete it right away, as to be able to continue on with the study, you must have completed the initial survey. After completing the initial survey, the following day you'll get your first daily goal surveys and will continue to do so for the remainder of the study. You'll get these surveys twice a day from 8 a.m. to 3:30 p.m., twice randomly during that time frame, and once the survey has begun on your phone or been sent to your phone, it will be available for a period of 2 hours. This takes about 3 minutes to complete each one, and during these surveys, you will be simply identifying goals that you have for yourself for the rest of the day. Next, you'll have your nightly goal progress surveys. Every night at 8:30 p.m., you'll be sent a survey that you'll have access to until midnight, where you can report how you did on the 2 goals that you identified for yourself for that day. And you'll also report how you felt that day. Finally, at the very end of the survey, you will have a 20-minute assessment that also does not expire, but it is very important that it's completed as soon as possible for you to get your SONA credits. During this exit survey, you'll be asked about your progress from goals and just a final assessment asking your experience in the study. To help with the last aspects and to give you a preview of what it'll be like to be a participant, the next thing we'll talk about is setting up MetricWire and what the surveys will look like. In order to set everything up, you'll first want to go into the settings, and you need to be able to allow the sync media over cell connections. This allows your data to be sent over wireless connections or cellular data to the MetricWire server. It's very important to do so, or else your data will not be sent over and it will look like your participation is lower than it was. In order to get full SONA credits, you'll need to be able to sync this option. Next, every day for your daily goal surveys, you'll be asked 2 parts of a question. The first is to please think of a goal that you plan to accomplish today but have not yet started that fits into one or more of the following categories: academic and work, health and fitness, emotion management, activism, and maintenance. Academic and work goals have to do with things like working on campus, working outside of campus, or working on certain projects for school, or goals for a test that day, for instance. Health and fitness goals can have to do with exercise or with eating or anything health and fitness related. Emotion management might be stress management techniques, anxiety techniques, or certain ways to act in certain scenarios. Activism can be goals for getting more involved in the greater community. And maintenance goals have to do with either fixing and repairing things or cleaning as well. After you've picked the general categories that your goal fits into, and it needs to fit into at least one of these 5 categories, you'll then be asked to please describe the goal that you just categorized and plan to accomplish today. Note that this could be something that you are trying to get started, complete, attain, achieve, or master, but it could also be something that you are trying not to do, trying to avoid, or trying to resist from doing. It is very important that this goal is possible to be achieved by 8:30 or before you go to bed that night. So for instance, if you have a larger goal of trying to lose 10 pounds, losing 10 pounds is not possible to do in one day. However, instead of saying your goal is to lose 10 pounds, you could say that your goal is to work out at the gym for 1 hour, as an example. Next, once you've identified your goal, you'll be asked 2 other questions. How difficult will achieving this goal be for you? And how likely are you to accomplish this goal? Once you've completed these 2 questions, you'll be done with that survey. Then every night, you'll be asked about your progress on those goals. Because you are not able to, the survey is not able to remember the goals that you input, it is very important that you write down your goals either in a text message or in a notepad on your phone so you can complete this section later and not have to rely completely on memory. What you'll do first is to list your first goal from that day, and then from there you'll rate the amount of progress that you made on your goal, with answers ranging from much less progress than usual to much more progress than usual. If you cannot remember your goal, there's an option to select that, and if you missed a goal survey for that day, then you can also select that you missed the survey. Other than that though, please indicate the amount of progress that you made on your first goal and then subsequently on your second goal. After identifying your goal progress, you'll then answer questions about your feelings for the day or general well-being questions. For the item on the left about how excited you are, you'll complete items like this along with 9 others that ask about how you were feeling today, and at 3 points during the study, you'll be asked conditions about your general life. For instance, the conditions of my life are excellent, and you'll rate on a scale of strongly agree to strongly disagree your agreement with the statement. Then, for your SONA credits, your participation is very important in order to receive the full SONA credits. To receive 1 SONA credit, you will, if you withdraw during the first week or complete fewer than 60% of the surveys, the daily, goal progress, and the nightly surveys. To receive 2 SONA credits, if you are withdrawn during the second week or complete less than 70%. You'll receive 2.5 SONA credits if you withdraw during the 3rd week, or before the last survey with less than 80% completion rate, but greater than 70. And finally, to receive the 3 full SONA credits, you must complete at least 80% of the surveys or greater, and completion of the last exit survey and the initial survey. If you go 1 day without participating at all, you'll receive an email from the researcher making sure that everything is okay and that you're not having any technical difficulties. If you go 2 days without participating at all, you'll be withdrawn from the study in order that you don't have too few of a participation rate. If you have any questions on this, you can always contact the researcher via the email. So the next step is to set up the MetricWire account and then to email the gtparkresearch@gmail.com with the email address that you used for your MetricWire account. At that point, you'll then be notified of when your study will begin, and you can always contact this email if you have any questions or issues. Please contact this email address right away if you go a day without getting any surveys. So now, please download the MetricWire app and create an account. Email the Park Lab with your email address and change the settings to allow for alerts and for the media. Thank you for your time and your interest in the study. Bye. Thank you.